Hi, my name is Yeven Smith.
And my name is Connor Soren.
We're in 7th grade, and we were introduced to the idea of inventing by our teacher, Mrs. Evans.
I was inspired to invent my project because of a video about kitchen safety. During the video, I learned about house fires and how they start. One of the main reasons is due to unattended cooking on stoves. Stove fires kill many people a year and destroy so many houses.
The Stove Guardian was made to stop grease fires. The majority of these grease fires are caused by unattended cooking. The grease catches fire and the fire easily spreads. Water doesn't help, it just makes the situation worse. Once the fire spreads, the wood can destroy your furniture, beloved possessions, and your home.
Our invention is a box called the Stove Guardian that has infrared sensors that detects heat and triggers a dispensing mechanism. When the dispenser activates, it shoots out a fire retardant powder that will put out stove fires. This solves the problem of stove fires because the Stove Guardian puts out the fire before it becomes too serious. When we built our model, we couldn't make it working because of how much technology was needed to build it.
Our idea is more efficient and easier to handle than most similar inventions. The Stove Guardian mounts onto a nearby wall that allows for better angle to spray the fire extinguishing powder onto the fire. Unlike few similar inventions, the Stove Guardian can be used multiple times and its efficiency doesn't decrease. This original invention is a great investment that prevents you and all of your belongings to be lost in a fire.
First, we had to learn about how the dispensing mechanism works in inventions like air fresheners or automatic soap dispensers. Once we had learned about these, we made a few changes like increasing the range and power of our invention. Then we had to research what things could put out grease fires. Eventually we found our answer and went on to use it as part of our prototype. Finally, we researched what sensors could be used to detect heat and how we can make our machine react to it. When we realized how hard it was to get our hands on infrared sensors, we were unable to use one on our prototype. We spent the majority of our prep time on researching how we can make our invention even better.
To build our Stove Guardian, we covered one box in white paper and another box in brown. We got a small hose nozzle from a shop and stuck it in front of the box. Connor's mom has a silhouette and she printed a logo and we stuck it to both boxes. The last step was to label the Stove Guardian.
To build the prototype of the Stove Guardian, we needed two boxes, one for the prototype and the other for the packaging. We also needed two plastic bags, a small hose nozzle, brown and white paper, vinyl, baking soda, tape, hairbands, and staples. The only thing we needed help on was wrapping the boxes in paper, and my mom needed to help us use her silhouette.
The Stove Guardian is a medium-sized rectangular container holding the fire extinguisher powder ready to be shot out once activated by the sensor. The owner would have to mount it onto a nearby wall, allowing for the Stove Guardian to cover the fire with its powder. The optimal position would be right beside the stove in any direction so that the thermal infrared sensor can pick up the heat and trigger the dispenser. Once used, you can easily clean the powder and refill it to be used again.
And this is our blueprint that we made. These are the sticky adhesive tape that would make it mount onto the wall. This is the hatch that you would open to pour in the fire retardant to put out the fire. And then this is the logo and the dispenser, and this is the infrared sensor to detect the fire. We really appreciate you taking the time to look at our invention. Please remember the Stove Guardian. And hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
Colin.
Colin who?
Call in the fire department when you didn't have a Stove Guardian.